So in this lecture what we're going to do is we're going to talk about resource allocation, and there's a good reason for that. Because when testing the entire setup, it quickly became apparent that one host machine would not be capable of running all the necessary processes. The first host machine that I used was my own 13-inch MacBook Pro, which has a 2.7 GHz i5 Intel processor and it has 8 gigs of RAM. For the test, the audio applications were first run together, which ran the CPU usage meter in Ableton Live above 30%. The lighting was introduced next, and that had minimal impact upon the CPU, save for about 3 to 4%. But this is due to the low impact of running DMXs and the automation simply being MIDI data that we're passing out in automation curves and MIDI notes. However, once the visuals were introduced, notably Remix Video and Arena is just a beast. Audio dropouts quickly occurred, followed by stagnant visuals, and finally applications just smashing, just completely crashing, and the machine becoming overrun. To overcome this issue, a second host machine has been added to the setup, which takes the form of the Beast. We're already aware of the Beast and what a machine that it is. The audio section has now been placed onto the Beast. So essentially what we're doing is now we've got both machines connected via a network session in OXX's audio MIDI setup utility, which obviously allows for communication and synchronization being passed over a network cable. This has assisted the installation by spreading the CPU and the GPU intensive tasks across multiple processors. The visuals then, which are performed on my MacBook only now, and the audio on the Beast only now, they still can stagnate at times due to the high resolution that they're running at, and they are creating a very high CPU and GPU load at the same time anyway. Visuals will do this. You need a big computer to be able to run this well. So to overcome this, yet keep the operational methodology of the install, the visuals from Remix Video have been recorded and loaded into a clip slot in Arena. So essentially I've triggered each clip on Remix Video and then recorded the output down to one file. So the only file going to be triggered now from within Ableton Live is just one slot within Arena, and obviously with a MIDI track mapped to Arena we can just send one note to trigger it at the correct time for everything to play in sync. Brilliant. So Arena only has to listen now for one MIDI note. So to be honest, this process is reminiscent of the reality of an install anyway, where large scale shows will have 3 to 4 individuals with responsibility for running the audio, for running the lighting, for running the visuals, and then of course there's the performance of the person on stage as well. So each one of these normally has its own host machine anyway to perform all the necessary processes and applications, not to overstress any one particular host. So these workarounds are part of the reality that formed due to constraints on the amount of technology available. Don't be afraid of it. The reality here is you've seen the Beast. The Beast is a crazy machine. It is just not capable of doing what we want it to do in many senses, but it's hanging on in there. And with the setup that we've got here, it shows you that you can do it at home, that you can do it in your own bedroom, even with a busted up old machine. It's capable of doing it. We are capable of doing it. And with the budget that we've got installed here, we're well capable of knocking this out of the park. It's still great. You're going to see it later on in the lectures exactly how it runs in this room, and at the end of the day what we're doing is we're running it in a bedroom. We can scale it up from there, but even at a low budget we can run this thing and it still looks monster. Okay, so that's resource allocation. That's why we spread things around. It's minimizing the impact on the CPUs and on the GPUs just to make sure that everything runs smoothly so that it doesn't falter in the middle of your show. But it can be done, very easily done, and I'm going to show you how it is done. See you in the next one.